Well, hey there. This time I'm going to be doing a little gear review on my hiking shoes, which at the moment are the Targee 2s by Keen. So we're going to talk about those. So full disclosure, when I went out to get a new pair of hiking shoes, because I hadn't hiked in a long time and the ones that I had were older, I knew there was lighter stuff out there and figured it would be better to just get a new pair than to try to keep working with the old ones. I didn't do a huge amount of research. I went over to REI and talked to one of the employees who was working up there, and he asked a few questions on what kind of hiking I was planning on doing, and based on my answers he suggested the Targee 2s. And later, when I did do some after research, I realized that these are fairly popular, that there's quite a few hikers that are using these on even the longer hikes and things like that. So I'm happy with the suggestion, because they've been really good so far. I've got a little over 300 miles on these now, and I'm pretty happy with them. So with the Targees, like I say, a little over 300 miles on them, and that has been in multiple different terrains. That has been, like I'm doing now, more of an urban hike on a levee road, and up in the foothills, both the Sierra foothills and the coastal foothills, on different elevation changes, and even on a short backpack trip in the Sierras, up near the Donner Pass, Donner Lake region. And so I put them through some paces, and I have enjoyed them. They are not advertised as water resistant or waterproof, I don't think, but I do know that during my Sierra hike, by accident, I did immerse one of them completely in water as I was hiking, and just figured I'm going to be hiking with a wet foot for the rest of the day. And to my surprise, even though I don't think these were ever advertised as water resistant at all, the very brief full immersion, I did not get any water inside the boot. So that was pretty cool. It was a surprise, a pleasant surprise. And I'm sure if I were to just stick them in the water and just stand there, that wouldn't be true. But for a real quick, oops, I slipped off this rock and my foot went in the water, brought it right back out. It was pretty good. No leakage in there. The one thing I have found is when I'm hiking on roads like this, that is your standard top of a levee road. Unfortunately, on roads like that, or trails with lots of rocks like that, the soles of these, I have found, are not very forgiving, and you're always getting poked with the rocks and things like that, and that can be uncomfortable after a mile or two of that. So I have done different inserts, just mostly for my own feed and trying things out, but for the most part I have found these shoes to be very good. Love their weight, nice and light, and like I say, I was happy with the recommendation that the REI tech gave me, and I am quite happy with these. I found out later, doing some later research, that these are fairly popular, and I can tell why. They're very good. They're not your heavy, clunky leather hiking boots, but they do have, the ones I have anyway are the high ones. They have a boot type of style to them, and that gives me the ankle support that I really think I want. And I'm comfortable with that, and so I will probably go back and get these again for this kind of hiking that I normally do. So as far as the Targee 2s go, and by the way, I don't know if it's Targee 2 or Targee 2. I go with Targee 2 by Keen. I am giving them 4 out of 5 hiking boots. They are a good all-around hiker as far as I'm concerned. Their weight is very reasonable. The style I have is the high top boot style. I like that. Due to some past ankle injuries, I like having the extra ankle support. I'm just used to hiking with shoes that are up higher like that. So happy with those, happy with the weight. They've held up pretty well, like I say, with the mileage I've put on them in very versatile different types of trails, everything from rocky roads to sand to just regular maintained trails, even on pavement sometimes with some of the urban hikes I do and things like that. I gotta say, quite happy with them. So again, 4 out of 5, and that's the brief review on the Targee 2s by Keen.